Greetings, I am Ra. Greetings, dear Wendy. How may I be of service to you this evening?
Greetings, greetings. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your essence with us.
It is my pleasure.
So I had questions about my own channeling abilities and what's happening with this energy and why we're in such a flux, and hoping you can assist me with those types of bits of information.
Absolutely. How can I help you?
Well, with the energy flux, with it kind of being up and down, are there any recommendations that you have for keeping more steady?
Are you grounding often?
I think I'm grounding every day, and sometimes throughout the day, and sometimes during a walk, I'm thinking about my grounding while I'm walking the dog, for example.
One moment. I'm sorry, Wendy. I'm feeling really sick. I don't know if something happened with that energy surge or whatever, or the energy is just really high. Can you just give me a few minutes? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, yes, take your time. No, take your time and reground. And I've had other people experience that working with me too. I don't know why, but
I don't know if your energy is just really, really high. Like, I don't know if you can see I'm sweating. I'm so sorry. This has never happened to you before.
Yeah, it has been really high. And that happens to me too, where all of a sudden just sweat shows up and you're like, ah! So let's just calm. Let's just take a calm breath. Ground. Let me ground more. Maybe that helps too. Asking for white light to come in and cover us and clear our auric fields. Sensing that now. And so it is. And so it is. Now take a deep breath and hold it. Bringing in the diamond lace from source. And release. I'm hearing it's the it's the quantum energy field that you're feeling. That's it. May be because yesterday I did some work with some people and we amped it up, or work on the moon.
It might be that I went through a healing this morning, so maybe I'm like I was in a low place of healing, of resting, and now we're all the way up here, and it was so fast that my body is freaking out.
Your body is freaking out. Yeah, yeah. Can I give you some light language it will assist?
Oh, please. This is supposed to be for you. I'm so sorry.
No. We do an energy exchange, remember? Ana oyeri achikriara tatataki o ahena royara pa achikriara na hara oyarana era I chikriara pa oyara ishika onarara atakaturiara nara apaturiria I chikriana ni ta.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
What's that whole thing about setting expectations? Like, you have more expectations on your own self than my expectations of you. So don't beat yourself up and don't be hard on your own self because of where you're at and what you're going through, because I'm not. So why should you?
If you're mad, it's okay if you're mad, but like, because it's already been so long that I was supposed to channel for you, and then tonight
are you thinking I'm mad?
I would understand if you were.
I'm not. Are you crazy? You're so funny. What are these beliefs that are in you that are making you think, okay, this didn't work out, they're mad? Or what is this belief within you that's making you say, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like this is happening to me and I'm not expecting it. So I need to apologize to you. You don't owe me an apology. It is what it is. See? Do you get it? Do you see what I'm
No,
saying?
you're right. You're touching you are touching a very vulnerable part of me right now that
Yeah.
I'm working on healing right now is being attached to other people's expectations. They're really bringing me through that right now. And maybe they're trying to teach me a lesson tonight that if things don't work out, then I don't have to feel guilty about it. I don't know, but
Right. You don't have control over when your body feels physically ill and you tried to step outside, you tried to take a little water. We've, been having a chat for about 15 minutes and you're like, okay, this isn't working out. It's okay to say it's not working out. Today is not the day. Let's reconvene. Let's reconvene. No big to do. I'm not put out by it. I'm not put out by it.
I I feel like I'm gonna cry. Thank you. I'm
You
just
should cry.
sorry.
That's release. That's release. Let it go. What else could I say to make you cry?
No, I've been feeling so like this is like turning into my session. I've just been feeling like you were the first person that I've taken to channel in a little while, and I had built up to it and I've been preparing for it. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do so great. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have all this energy that I've been working toward built up, and I'm gonna channel great for Wendy because she gave me such a great healing session. And I'm just being taught a lesson right now about having expectations
Yeah.
about things like that. I'm working
But
through
it's
it as
okay.
we're talking. So
It's okay. Yeah. Well, even you talking through like what you're feeling is part of your healing too. So I know that happened to me. When my dad passed away and I was talking about I don't know. I was talking about something and how I felt about something. Next thing you know, I was bawling and I was like, oh, I did not expect that. But it was my talking through it that was the further releasing of what I needed to release. And so these energies of you feeling, vulnerable or not enough, the not enoughness, that, oh, I couldn't come through today. People are disappointed. They have expectations, all of that bullshit, honestly. It's a lot of bullshit. So we don't have to put that on ourselves. If it's not happening for you today, it's not happening for you today. So say la vie.
thank you, Wendy. You know how it feels though, like being someone who channels or does energy work. People look at you like you're supposed like you're some kind of like superhero or something, and like you're afraid to show a moment of being vulnerable because then it's like people might think less of you or think that you can't do it. And being able to talk to you who does this job as well, like it's just nice to
Yeah.
be able to be a human instead of being someone that other people are looking to transcend some humanness or something. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Right. I mean, the fact of the matter is that we're still in 3D. We're still a 3D body and we still have to experience 3D life and it's still around us. And you've got, you've got your own things that are going on around you that, between work and family and home and, weddings. And for me, weddings and baptisms and showers and, just trying to get time away from, from the usual day job. and then making time to do spiritual stuff. And then, and then the Mount Shasta of that too. So
Well, instead of apologizing, thank you. Thank you for being understanding, like just like human to human and like woman to woman. Thank you for being
yeah,
understanding.
of course. I would do it for you and you would do it for me if the opposite was happening. So you would be completely just we are service oriented as our beings and you would be nothing more than wanting to like, what can I do to help? Like, how can I help you get through this? So
I did too. I was working with doing that energy work when I was working with Donner. Do you know Donner?
uh-huh. Yes, I do.
Yeah, the dragon energy. Maybe
Yeah.
we're all just working together today in the higher realms. I don't know. I wish
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
could have
I had
channeled.
a silver dragon come to me, Rock, and he was telling me some information and had me doing this Buddha breath. So I was like, I wanted to know, like, okay, how am I doing with this Buddha breath?
What's the
So
Buddha breath?
it's like you take a breath in, and at the top of your breath, you press your it's like I don't know, it's like expanding your energy. I don't know that I need to learn how to expand my energy, but I guess. But I think it has to do with more, because I was asking about channeling. So it has to do more with like getting out of my way. So I'm not like thinking. So while I'm doing this Buddha breath, then I'm not thinking about it because I'm focused on breathing. So you take a breath in it while you're holding your breath, then you push your stomach in and out. And then while you're holding your breath, and then you let all your air out, and then hold it at the end and push your stomach in and out, and then take a breath, and then do it again. So,
oh wow, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I hadn't either. But that was, the dragons were telling me that I should do this. I should do this to help like get out of my way, kind of thing. So I started practicing it. I've only been doing it a few days. So, so I'm like, how am I doing? You know, we're like little kids sometimes in the candy store. Are we doing okay? Are we all right? Are we getting this? Can I get some confirmation, please? Where they're like check in with yourself. You should already know that you're doing good. I'm like, I know I'm doing good, but but I still like to hear somebody else tell me.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear it.
Yeah. So so that's what I was practicing. And so, but you really feel like out of air, like after you do it like the first time, because I feel like when I was holding my breath, I could like do it about 15 times. And then after I let it out, all my air out, and then at the end, when there's no oxygen in me, like I can do it about 10 times. And then I'm like, you know, I kind of like take a breath. And so, but they did say also, like, it doesn't have to be back to back, like take a breath and then start over. You can like take a breath and then release, take a breath and then release, and then start it again. And I was thinking it would be like fire breath, you know, where you're like, well, like that fast breath where it's
right.
like, it's almost like you're trying to hyperventilate yourself, you know, but I guess that's you like moving your flow, moving your energy, because when you're breathing, you're connecting to that lace, I forget what they call it, the lace, hydrolace. And so you're connecting to the hydrolace. And so you're bringing that into your being. You're like breathing it into your being. And so that's why working with the breath like that is helpful, because you're pulling in that crystalline energy that's the air around you. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I see it like when I'm like in a calm state, and I just like look to not look, and just like daydreaming kind of looking, you know, where you're just like looking out in the world. And I haven't had it happen inside my house, but outside. And the first time it happened to me was like, it was like snowing out. And I was like, wait, is that just reflections of the snow I'm seeing? Like, and then I was like trying to look for it, and then I didn't see it. And then it happened to me a couple of days after that. And then I was like, what is this? And then during like channeling or something, then I got it was like, I was seeing like the crystalline grid. I was seeing the matrix. I was seeing it. And so I was like, oh, wow, like it's gorgeous. Like it looks like little tiny star diamonds, like, you know, when you do like a face app, or like a trying to think, Snapchat, like when it's got like the little sparkles that, like when you're looking at it and you see all these like little dots, flashes of light, like blink, 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 and it kind of looks like snow, but like it's blinking. So if you can imagine it being like that, only instead of being white light, it's like this like a diamond, like silver, platinum silver, like it's like diamond, like silver light, and it just flashes and sparkles, and it's like these lights and snow. And so I'm just like, so, and then I experienced it again this summer, and then I was like, okay, if I've seen this a couple of times, I can see this when I want to see it. So then I would practice on like seeing it when I want to see it. And so then I would just go, okay, I'm gonna look for the hydrolace, and I'll sit and get calm, and then I'll breathe, and then I'll just like look, like just daydream, and then voila, it shows up, and I'm like, yes. So it's, you know, it's like learning to manifest, you know, it's like part of that, like learning to manifest and working with energy and stuff. So
you should do a webinar for Hukalo. You would be so great, like as a speaker. I think people would learn a lot from you.
Thanks. Thank you. So yeah, with energy, yeah, I could definitely have a conversation of just like talking energy. Actually, I thought about doing like a live event, like a Facebook Live, where people just like donate if you want to, and then just like talk about energy and moving and breathing and whatever. But I'm always like, I don't know, what can I teach? because I'll see other people like, oh, and I've got this session, and then you do, here's, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. Like, it's like an ongoing build on. I'm like, I don't have any of that in my mindset. Like, I'm like, I don't know.
I don't do anything like that either. I'm not organized enough. It's just what comes.
Yeah. And so with channeling, I know that they're trying to tell me to work with my channeling more. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not sure why, but okay. And then I have been asking, like when I first started working with, and I'm getting a lot of energy. When I first started working with doing healing, I said, I need to channel so that when people are not connecting in with their higher self, that I have that I'm having the third eye connection, and I can hear their higher self so that I can say what needs to be said especially when I have people who come to me who have no kind of a practice. They're not meditating. They're not, I don't have very many of them, but I've had a couple, but they're not doing any self work. And then I have people who are interested just for the sake of, oh, I've seen your YouTube.
But you're a great channel as it is. Like, maybe you don't channel how Jim does right now, but I think if you wanted to, you could do that easily.
Yeah, I think it's I'm like on the verge. I'm like on the crux of it. And I think what's happening is when I get to Shasta, by bringing my light there and connecting in with the mountain, connecting in with the Telosians and my Lemurian aspect and the Agarthian, like you were saying that you had, who did you say you had? Artemisia?
You call yourself Artemisia. I think like Artemisia.
E-S, I spelled it good. Yeah, I spelled it just like that. I wrote her name down, Artemisia. I'll have to connect in too. I'll have to, now that I've heard her name. But I know I have like some kind of a contract with the Agarthians. And so there's some kind of a Gaia contract that's happening with eons ago, generations, and my soul just keeps coming back to do this work.
I was hearing earlier today, that's why I was really excited to channel for you. Ra was talking to me, or your people were talking to me about, well, maybe you already know this, but they wanted you to do some kind of protective work on Shasta, to like put up protection for it. I guess it's a place that's attacked right now. So
yeah,
I was excited to talk to you about that. I'm sorry that I didn't bring it through, but it was your energy is so strong.
Even knowing it from now, I can start to do that protection now. Like I can start to build that out. So just because I already know my abilities, because I do grid work and I work in the quantum. And so all I have to do is think about it, put the location, and then put the protection out there. And then I have a team that I work with too, who they're currently doing protection for Australia and for the marches and for the police. So I'm just going to add protection, ask them to assist me with building that protection for Shasta. So cool.
Yeah, they were telling me a bunch of stuff. I don't remember all of it, which is why it's so strange to me that the channeling got interrupted like that. Maybe they didn't anticipate it, or maybe they did and they didn't tell me. But it was so weird. I was getting so many downloads about you today, and then all of a sudden I try to go into channel and I just start purging.
And I have to start taking notes. Okay, working with Wendy on Thursday. Notes. What did they say?
I know.
Memo to self.
I know, I really should have. I thought that I would just channel it through, but it must be that it was supposed to happen this way. But
yeah, exactly. It's all good.
I thank you for your patience, and I thank you for being understanding about all that went down. And I thank you also, I suppose, for facilitating my healing.
You're welcome. Well, I'm getting something too. They're giving me some kind of a download. I've been having some activations happening while we've just been having this conversation, just kind of hanging out together. So there's definitely an energetic exchange that is occurring for sure. So you are not the only one benefiting. So yes, you may be clearing and maybe you didn't channel today, but there's definitely an energetic exchange. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the support. I feel like more like myself, like a normal human being, and not like, like you get at the end of the day when you're just like done and like, I just want to go climb into a hole somewhere, sleep an extra 12 hours. Like I'm not feeling like that. So, so that's fantastic just in and of itself.
Well, I'm glad that it wasn't a wash for you. And I hope
that you. Yeah. All right, hon. Have a wonderful rest. And I actually work with Isis energy. So since you weren't feeling well earlier and you're probably a little amped up, I'm just going to send you um, a little bit of Isis energy. And it's kind of like a mothering, nurturing energy. And what it's going to do is it's just going to wrap around you and make you calm and peaceful. And it'll be easier for you to sleep this evening when you
Thank
lay
you,
your head
Wendy.
down. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Fun to do. It's fun to do that. So,
Thank you. I really
all right.
appreciate it. And I appreciate again your understanding. I still feel really bad about it, but that's something for me to get over. Thank you for understanding. You
Yeah,
are
yeah.
amazing. You are so kind. Thank you.
Oh gosh, you're so sweet. All right, we will talk again. I just think it's a wonderful opportunity for us to spend more time to each other with each
I
other,
think
and
so too.
yeah,
I feel blessed for just have being able to talk tonight. So that was wonderful.
yeah. I agree. I agree. All right, sweetie. Much love to you.
Much love. I'll talk to you soon.
Hugs and kisses. All right. All right. Bye bye.
All right, perfect. Have a good session with Ra and whoever else.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Greetings, I am Ra. Hello, Wendy. I am sorry for the mishap the other night. I did not expect your energy to affect my channel's field in such a way. I wanted her to put it off so that she could be in a higher energy to channel me for you, for I do have important information and energies for you. And as you know, my energy requires a high vibration, so this is why it was necessary for the delay. I do apologize. I should have anticipated this happening. However, I did not. But I am happy to be of service to you this evening.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I've actually been filling activations since, well, 5 o'clock my time, which is probably around 4 o'clock or sorry, 6 o'clock for her. So maybe right when she was at the end part of, or in her REM mode. So I didn't know if maybe her being relaxed was allowing our connection to be stronger, just, in preparation for this session or what. But I am excited to find out like what information you would like to share with me today.
There is so much. There are so many energies that you are integrating. There are so many energies that we are preparing you. You are preparing yourself, and your mission is lining you up to spread to those who you will meet at your retreat, those you will meet in the future on your mission. As you know, you are a great healer, and you are meant to heal others in an even greater capacity. But that is not limited to humans. I do know that you already know this. You will be doing a great deal of work with the land at Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta is a place that is a bit compromised at this moment. It is a geographical area on this earth that is being attacked more than usual at this time because of the high influx of ascension energies. Maggie mentioned to you briefly the other day that you are meant to put up some protection on the area, but I wanted to elaborate on that a bit for you today. Is that all right?
Yes, that would be appreciated. Thank you. I did begin that work, but any additional information would be helpful.
Wonderful. They would like you to work with the diamond white light for this protection, to build an energetic grid or matrix of protection around the actual structure of the mountain, particularly with a brighter light around the top. I do not know if you have heard, but the snow cap on the top of Mount Shasta has been affected by their weather systems, and the snow cap is an important part of the structure. We need you to do some work with the energy of the weather, the elemental energies of air and water there, to help restore the structure of the snow cap on top of the mountain.
Okay. And I know that I've been told to work with the elementals before, and I know that I have been working here at least for bringing rain to to my area, as I've been seeing how dry the land is, and it's like it calls out to me, and so I just respond to it, and then the weather seems to accommodate. And also on days where I'm trying to enjoy and relax, when it looks cloudy and rainy, where it'll be brief, and so it's like I'm asking the weather to not rain, and it's in brief periods where it will allow for that rain to stop when my intention is there, when it's focused. So is there anything that you can tell, and maybe this is part of why the Lemurian waking up, because yesterday I got downloads from the Lemurians, and I know that they're telling me that I'm activating and waking up right now ancient codes that are within my DNA that I just haven't used in so many years. And I think that that's part of it, maybe, is working with the elements more. So working with the elements. So you're asking me to work with air and water for the mountain, for the top of the mountain and the structure. And I think that that's part of the activation I had yesterday with Lemurians, is to use these ancient wisdom and ancient magic that I already possess to working with air and water.
Yes, it is true. You are a vessel to bring in codes at this time. Your energy is very strong. Your auric field is very strong. You are a feminine who is incarnated now, who is capable of bringing in, through codes of this magnitude, codes especially that are important at this time, to work with the elementals. These are codes that you will spread to the rest of the collective, those who are ready for them, to begin to understand how to harness the elemental energies better. So many people do not understand, as you do, that the elements are alive. The elements are always working in conjunction with the human field. However, the human field has been cut off from this. In many ways, the elemental energies are extensions of the human energies and can work in great alchemy, great magic with the human. And this magic is coming alive again at this time on Gaia. You are one of the forerunners, if you would like to put it that way, of people who is able to harness these elemental energies and who is able to spread through the strength of your field, the ability, the codes, as you call them, to enable others, to activate others to work with these things as well. You are also receiving downloads about particular language structures, particular movements, particular ways to move this energy, to alchemize this energy. And there will be a time when you will teach classes on this to others as well.
Oh, okay. So then the understanding of this knowledge is just gonna come into my mind, and then I'll be like, oh, I know how to teach this, and I am aware of it. Is that how that works?
Is that not how everything works with you, my darling?
Seems that way. All of a sudden, I just know things.
That is what I love about you. You do not feel the need to find a guru, to look to other teachers. Your channels are so open that you receive this information, the wisdom of your soul, and you inherently know it as true, as something important, as something teachable. So many other humans look outside of themselves for knowledge, but your foundation with yourself, with your soul, with your wisdom that you have gained over lifetimes is strong and admirable. And that is one of the reasons that you were chosen to be a forerunner in this way. You were chosen to teach other people to trust themselves in this way that you trust yourself. So many are being manipulated right now, thinking that they need to put their power in an outside force, in an outside energy, in an outside teacher. You know so strongly that all of the authority comes from within. And I really sincerely do admire that so much about you.
Thank you. That's so nice. I was wondering about the energies surrounding once I get to Shasta. It seems that, and maybe this was just part of my growth experience, that the speakers that have been the original ones to the ones that will actually show up seem to be on a rotational scale. They just are, one leaves, one comes, one goes, one comes, one goes, one comes. And so I'm wondering Why is that?
These energies that have been hitting the planet this summer have taken their toll on many. Many are in a place of chaos right now within their own energies. Many strong teachers, ones who we thought were strong and who were on a certain path, are being pushed on paths of detour at this time because the influx of energies right now proves too much or too chaotic for their human bodies to handle. So many humans are in a state of, I know that I keep using the word chaos, but is an appropriate word, chaos within their bodies, within their energetic fields, within their missions. So many people are finding themselves lost on the way. So many people feel clouded by their own unhealed energy, by energies that are coming in to manipulate at this time where the nervous system is already so fried. This is why your speakers have cycled in and out so much. And it is not just with your event or your group. I'm sure that you have seen it in many groups and many people that you have observed. I am proud of you for staying strong in your energy and staying committed to this cause, for you know how important it is. But this is part of the reason why. Are you happy with the speakers and the people that you have scheduled at this point?
I am happy with them. I think I was anticipating more, more knowledge from one speaker who's right now saying, maybe I'll be there, but there's some other calling that's drawing his attention more at this time. And so that's kind of a wait and see. But I also at the same time have others who are, who are very much working with the land, with sacred energy, and have, a lot of Native American background. So I feel like those energies are changing and expanding. And my concern was that maybe this type of energy is such a change from what was, and I don't know if we're going back or if they're bringing it forward. I don't really understand how those two energies are mixing. I just know that I felt like there's some kind of a transition that's happening with those energies to the sacred healing that they do, that it might be a little, I don't want to say low frequency, but maybe not as high as it can be. And maybe my integration being, I don't understand it. My integration, I'm trying to communicate it and it's confusing even to me. My integration of my being there with their energies and being in the sacred ceremony is what's going to brighten it to, from what it used to be to the new, is what I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. You are in many ways the bright glue, the high vibrational glue that is holding this event together. Although I know that you have not been recognized for your energy in the way that you deserve. I recognize you for that energy and I commend you for that energy. It is not an easy space that you have chosen to hold, being the person that you are for this event. And so much of the energy that you bring is unseen to so many, but it is so foundational to the success of this event. I would advise you to look forward to that event and apply high vibrational energy to it, apply the highest intention to it, apply the highest magnetization of the best speakers, the best guests for it, and the people who are meant to be there will show up. Apply the energy, apply the intention, and do not worry past that point. Your energy will bring up so many. Your energy will make it flow more cohesively, much more cohesively than it would without you. And if you need to, assert yourself a bit more in the, what is the word? In the planning and the politics of it, because your ideas are important. And I feel that sometimes they are not heard to the volume that they should be.
Yes, there's definitely an aspect of seniority and experience over, me being kind of the new kid on the block, so to speak. Although certainly I have enough life experience and experience working in the spiritual realms and with my energy for my lifetime. that I feel that, the qualification for me to, to imagine this event and pull the cohesiveness of it together, and for it to, even though there's changes, I knew that that was going to be part of my learning. So my experience before the experience, and that when I do get there, it's just going to be all fun and games. So it's going to be amazing. We're just going to rock it out of the park, and it's going to be fantastic. And the people that are meant to be there are going to be there. And I've also heard that there's some people who say, I've heard the call, like spirit is leading me there now. So people that we didn't know that were going to be there are going to come and be a part and want to, join us with that energy. And then I'm also looking forward to the galactic aspect of them showing up to kind of greet us while we're there, because I know that star aspect is something that many are looking forward to as well.
Yes, and I heard you talking last time about the galactic aspect. You have every ability to call in the ships. In fact, some of the ships that will only come at your call. Your energy, they may see it as the new kid on the block. But if you look at it in that perspective, many of them have slightly diminished energy fields because they are jaded by being in this work for as many years as they have. Your energy is fresh. Your energy is strong. Your energy is ever refreshing, refreshing is not the correct word. I cannot pull it from this mind. It is ever renewing and rejuvenating itself. You bring a beautiful, childlike, joyful energy to every gathering that you attend, and you will be the bright star of this gathering. People will be gravitated towards you. People will want to learn from you. People will want to sit in your light. You will have a greater role than you anticipate even now. The energies are ever shifting on this planet. The timelines are changing more rapidly than we have seen in a great deal of time. So even we do not know exactly how things will unfold, because many things can change in even several weeks' time. But know in strength that with your presence there, many will be healed, many will be helped, many will be activated and inspired. And that was your goal from the beginning. It will certainly be beautiful in this way.
Beautiful. Thank you. It's interesting that you were talking about my healing, because I know that I have been given many gifts, and maybe this is just bringing stuff that's back online that I've had before that is back online, because I kind of wanted to know, where am I in the leveling up process, and so what is happening with that with the next the next upgrade, I guess. Maybe I'm in the middle of it now.
Leveling up are you referring to? You are going through many aspects of leveling up. Is there a particular, in your healing, is that what you are asking about?
Yes. So asking about the healing, languages, as far as light language goes, and then also with my channeling abilities too. Of course, I'm curious about that as well.
Your healing is always improving because you are always in the practice of healing. As you know, the more that you use an energy, the stronger it gets. With the strength of the sun, how it has been this summer, you are a channel, first of all, for sun energy. Sun energy is very healing. This is my aspect within you. This aspect of the sun, the healing of the sun. So many fear the healing of the sun and think that it makes them sick. It is quite the opposite. With the sun being as strong as it was this summer, the healing strength of your light, of the sun within you, has increased with the magnitude that the sun's energy has increased. And it has been a great, not a great deal, but a bit of a deal more than previous summers. Your healing is powerful. As you have seen on my channel, your healing was something that stayed with her for many weeks. It has served her very, very well, the healing that you did upon her. And your healing is like this on everybody that you heal. It is so strong that it can continue within the person for weeks and weeks at a time, if the person is able to handle that energy upon their field. Sometimes your healing is so strong that the client rejects it because the body is not used to that level of high energy, because so many human bodies are in such a low vibrational state. I do not know if you are aware of this, that sometimes you apply your energy so strongly that the client becomes afraid of what is happening.
I was not aware of that. At least not so far from the people, usually they're just tell me that, wow, that was amazing. I really could experience it. I felt it. And I try to let them know ahead of time that they may feel energy like through their body and those feelings. So I try to guide them. And then of course, I always will point people to past healing sessions that I've done where they can kind of get a feel for what it looks like, what it's like. But I mean, that doesn't explain the experience of it, certainly. And then being able to work in the quantum field with all the different types of energies that are available, that are accessible to me. It's almost like I just have to think it and change it. And then that's what I do. But yeah, no, I didn't realize that there's any type of fear associated with the healing.
I do not want to make it sound like your feelings instill fear in others. It is just that sometimes their effects linger on and have such ripple effects that the client may be a few days or a few weeks later may not understand why something is happening in their life, why they're experiencing a particular sensation or experience that is coming up as a result of the healing. I do not know if you advise people ahead of time about this, but such is the strength of your healing that it might benefit you to even have, what is the word, check-ins, check-ups, follow-ups with people about their healing, so that you may help them integrate it more. If you are looking to make your healing more of a business, this is a way to develop a deeper relationship with your clients, because your healings are not the thing of a single session. They are a thing of many days, or at times weeks. You can really become a doctor in this sense. This is not the correct word, but I think that you know my meaning.
Yes. Yes, because I noticed that my healing is not just physical on people's physical bodies. It's not just their auric bodies. It's not just their fields. It's not just their past. It's also prepping stuff for the future. And then it's also psychological, emotional. It's like I'm the guru for the body, for the soul, the way that my healings work, and alchemizing, my ability to alchemize different structures within the field, and not only within their physical body, but around them, and with their with relationships even that are a part of their experience. It's very interesting.
It is very quantum, as you say. And so many humans do not understand how healing works. They think of their modern traditional doctors, that they come to a healing session, they take a medicine, and then their symptoms go away. That is not how healing has ever worked or will ever work. There are many layers. So sometimes people do come into sessions thinking that it is a quick fix. It would be beneficial, and I see you doing this in the future, teaching about how healing works on the holistic level, body, mind, and spirit. It is important that humans know that healing is much more comprehensive than the ideas that they have been taught by your current systems.
Thank you. Are there any of these tools that I'm not currently using? So, and actually, I'm glad that you did say about the follow-up, because I think I'm really good with reaching back out to people and following up and saying, how are you? And still staying in touch with them. I don't think that there's anybody that I've worked with that I haven't had them come back to me with some kind of a conversation, so that we are continuing that on. But maybe I need to express, just like you were saying, a little bit more detail, that even though the healing is now, you might be, because usually I'll say you might be tired, drink a lot of water, but I don't necessarily say, oh, and in the weeks to come. So that is definitely, that's the point. I think that I'll definitely add on.
Yes, it will help people be less shocked should they experience further symptoms of healing, further purgings, things like this. When it comes up, they can look back and say, oh, well, I remember that Wendy told me that this might happen, so I can accept it and integrate it or release it in the highest way. When the human is aware, as you know, the energies are able to move all the quicker.
Yes, very, very true. It tends to be the same with heart expansion as well. So once you are aware, the conversation expanding your knowledge base and, you know, opening your field more, this is definitely, you know, that knowledge can be integrated into the body just like so rapidly because the energies are just so high right now.
Absolutely. And the education is good as well. As you say these things, it opens the human mind to the education of the healing process, things that their body knows, but their human mind may have forgotten. And then they can spread that information to those who they see in troubling times of healing as well. It creates an even more beautiful ripple effect to share the energies, the information, the healing in all of its many modes and forms in the highest possible way.
Wonderful. Thank you. So have I been giving out codes of youth as well when I'm doing these healings? And the reason I ask is because I've noticed when I begin to work with someone in a session, I feel like the healing is so expansive that they look younger, they look vibrant and fresh when at the end of the session. And it's only been a couple of hours often when I've spent time with them, just a few hours.
Well, you have noticed on yourself also that you appear to yourself as a bit younger than you remember. This
Yes.
is because, let me tell you why. This is because the divine feminine is rising her energy even more greatly upon this earth at this time. The divine feminine in the energy of the cosmic force that she is, in the energy of the Gaian force that she is rising up in a fuller force on this planet than humanity has seen in a way that they can remember. You are a member of the ascending collective that is representing strongly, that is a forerunner again in the holding of this divine feminine energy. The true divine feminine was not meant to age as you women experience aging now upon this planet. You were not meant to experience feeling old, feeling tired, looking at yourself in the mirror and wondering where the time has gone. The true feminine energy so long ago stayed youthful for so many years. She did not feel old. She did not feel tired. Excuse me if I am getting emotional. I want to weep for her as I was there with her when she was in her fullness. And I have witnessed her wither and wither and wither over the eons. That energy, however, is coming back up now, and you have been gifted with true divine feminine codes. These have been downloaded into your field. You are integrating them into your physical person, which is a reason you may have been feeling tired lately as well. But yes, you are passing them out to the collective as well. Those that you heal, those that you interact with. It does not apply simply to women. It applies to men as well, for men hold an aspect of divine femininity within them as well. But a big aspect of the true divine feminine is youth, a youthful energy. That is what the fountain of youth is related to. Those are the waters of the feminine, and those are being brought back now in the way that they can upon this harsh, dense energy. And you are holding those codes. Not everybody is holding those codes, but you have been chosen to hold those codes and spread them to activate others.
I know yesterday I was channeling Athena, who is one of my early aspects. And in channeling her, she gave out a warrior's cry and said, this is necessary at this time for women to give out a warrior's cry. And I don't recall, I mean, even in my days of being a cheerleader and, you know, just being able to project my voice, I don't recall ever having such a fierce, like, yell. It was like, I don't know, like it really was a warrior's cry. And I felt energy moving. I felt empowered. I felt ferocious and fierce. And not in the loud yell that came out of me wasn't like of fear or hatred or frustration or anything like that. Because I mean, who hasn't in their frustration ever gone, ah, something like that. But I'm curious about how is that something that I'm gifting as well when I'm doing these healing sessions
Through
or
the
just
energy
speaking?
of the warrior's cry, the feminine warrior's cry, the Amazonian shout, you are bringing energy back to this earth that it has not seen for a long time. I feel that I am repeating myself saying, bringing energy back to this earth that it has not seen in a long time, but you are doing that in so many ways. How much has the female voice been diminished? How much has she been silenced to a whisper or nothing at all? How opposite is this powerful cry from that? This energy goes out so far and so wide. Within you, it is expansive. Without you, it is expansive. It is sending energy of powerful divine femininity out to the collective, activating it within you so that you may be a stronger, even stronger beacon of light for divine femininity, for the feminine collective. I encourage you to encourage your clients to utilize this cry, to cry this cry yourself, however often you feel moved to do so, because it is a singularly powerful thing. Athena was a master of it, and it brought her much power. The power of the voice was a large aspect of her power. Even though she was powerful physically, it is because she built up that energy within herself through the strength of her voice that she was able to project it out through her weapons, through her limbs, through her energy, through her modes of fighting and being strong as a woman. So much came through the voice.
Ah, yes, that yeah, I wished I had known that back when I was doing karate and learning learning those skills back in the day.
It is not too late. You can still use it in this way.
I definitely will use that energy for sure. It was beautiful. I felt the harness of it. I felt the power of it. It was beautiful. And I definitely will be teaching women to use this in as I encounter them and have an opportunity to say that. So so I was also hoping that you could tell me a little bit more about the shining ones and how to use the volcanic energy. Is that again just working with elementals and just calling on it?
To work with the volcanic energy and the shining ones, or the elemental energy, there are many who work with volcanic energy. I would advise you to call on the mother of the volcano herself, to call on the spirit of Pachamama herself. You have been visited her by her a great deal lately. The feminine spirit of the volcano is an aspect of energy that you hold and that has been held in your field strongly, especially this summer. You do not have to connect with anyone outside of yourself, for the female volcanic spirit is within you already and working with you. She has been with you for months in your own transformation and in preparation for what is coming with the retreat and in other mission work.
Yes. And speaking of the other mission work, I know that I keep hearing my guide team telling me Ireland. Ireland is the next focus. Is there anything that you would like to tell me about Ireland and the opportunities? I mean, with the chaos, again, with the chaos that's happening, I feel like there may be travel restrictions.
It is necessary for you to go to Ireland. Keep the fearless spirit in your heart. Keep the intention that you will be there, and the path will be shown to you for how to get there. We cannot read future timelines in an accurate way right now because, as I said, they are shifting so rapidly lately to tell you how or when you will get there, but you will get there. This is when you will begin to truly work with the shining ones. They have a strong presence in Ireland. There is so much shining ones energy in Ireland. Their presence in the United States at this point is diminished. Those who represent their energy at this point are still very much in hiding, for they are a group who have been very, very attacked in humanity's history. They have brought a great deal of knowledge to this planet, and a great deal of their knowledge has been misused. And you see it in many negative rituals that are being enacted this day. Many of the horrors that you hear about during these times are the misuse of druid magic, which the Shining Ones had brought to this earth when they came here. The purity of their energy is in Ireland, and they will be ready to speak to you then. They are emerging slowly. The Shining Ones are not talking to many people right now. They are biding their time for when the energy is right. But when you are in Ireland, they will talk to you, and they will share what they are ready to share of their magic and knowledge with you.
Thank you. While I have your energy and Maggie and myself all here together, can we please send some sunshine and love to Earth's core? I understand that there's a lot of children who are being affected, and I would just like to pull this energy with our combined intent to brighten and send that, just send it into Gaia as an energy ball, and starting in love and love.
It would be my great pleasure to do this. Allow me to come into your energetic field, to come into your body. I will come into you as I am in Maggie right now, and you can feel my presence there, and we can speak together and send energy in this way. It will be amplified if I am within two human vessels at the same time. Both of you have strong energies. Yes, let us do this now.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Please let me know when you are ready, when you feel my energy, and then we can begin to speak and move energy in unison.
I feel you in my heart space already.
Is there a way that you would like to lead this energy? Is there a particular way that you would like to do it? I send energy through this channel in terms of speaking and hand movements, but if you have a way that you would like to guide us, you may, or we may speak and move energy together in our own ways.
Yes, I would like to guide us, because as long as I have our energy, I'm going to start out by working this white diamond light onto Mount Shasta and working the elements of air and water, starting that on top of the mountain, and then bringing this white diamond light to cover Mount Shasta and the surrounding area, bringing in that protection and building in that field, and then taking our energies while we're in this unison of three, sending it into Gaia's core, into her heart, where she is struggling the most. And also to take this energy within any of the governments that are currently creating dark fields and trying to put their thumb on the people to control them. Areas such as Australia and Afghanistan. And this is where I'd like to focus. In other areas, if you see and can point them out to me, that's not in my current knowing.
Let us focus our energies on the places that you have mentioned. They need a concentration of it in a great magnitude.
Una oia aikiriana a takruiara pa I e chakruiana na ha hohiana mai e katirata a oiana nara e tikruiana ra yanara te atakruiana ma a hai ui chi mana e yanana e takti a huana e
utuku waya 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 waya
Thank you.
Your love, your sun energy means so much for these places. Not enough people send energy to these things. People fret over them, people worry over them, people cry tears of sadness over them. But the application of love is so beautiful and so important. I thank you for taking the initiative for us to do this together today. For those in the higher realms, as you know, are always sending energy, but is so much more powerful when it comes through the physical hands of one incarnated on the planet. It is amplified so greatly.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for letting me work with you in that manner. Amplification.
You
I
and
can't
I
help
are
myself.
always working on these things. But it
Yep.
is wonderful to work and form a triangle, a powerful triangle with two strong feminines. The strength of two feminines with a masculine is a very unique and powerful force, as you know.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want me to know at this time? Any teachings that I should focus on that I have not? I know there's so much coming in, but you know me, I'm always looking for that one more thing.
I know. My dear Wendy, there is nothing more that I have to give you. You have a mountain of things that you are activating always, excited to work on always, applying your energy to always. And that mountain is ever building as you work through the things that inspire you. You are a singularly motivated person. So the activations never stop coming for you. The teachings never stop coming for you. The downloads never stop coming for you because you do not allow yourself to be slowed down. And you are so motivated to move through, to become stronger, to become more loving, to help more people. This is not something that you struggle with or need anything more of at this time. If I could say anything to you, I would urge you to rest a bit more, to rest, to take a nap or two more than you currently do. You are integrating so many energies, you are sending out so many energies that at times you get a bit scattered, a bit tired during the day, a bit feeling like you are spread thin, or that your energy is not as centered as it could be, not as powerful within your center.
Yes.
Take a bit more time to rest. I know that this is not what you want to hear, but it will help what you are asking to come in more strongly. When you tell your body and you give your body permission to rest, you take care of yourself a bit in this way and luxuriate in the energy of rest. This is my highest advice for you at this time.
Thank you so very much. Is that partially my focusing when I'm doing my meditation before rest with the Buddha belly? Is that what that is doing for me as well? Just helping me to kind of get out of my mind space and to
It
get into my
does help you to get out of your mind space, yes. When you are focused on the breath like this, it is very difficult to be focused on the mind. And the Buddha belly is also helping you to breathe in the new energies that are coming in from the cosmic realms to this planet. It is helping you to integrate that more. It is not just for rest, but yes, it does help your mind to slow down.
Beautiful, beautiful. And is that the way also for me to get out of my mind, so that my channeling, so that I'm not overly conscious of the channeling that I do? It seems to be my last question for you.
Focusing on your breathing will help you to get out of your mind. Focusing on, this one was taught with a metronome, to listen to the sound of a metronome while you are getting into the channeling state, so that your mind is attached to the sound rather than its thoughts. You can also tell the mind, it is safe to shut down now. It is safe for you to take a rest. I am going to take some space in my heart. and give the mind permission to rest. This is an important thing. The mind is such an overused tool. It does all of the work when it should be doing only a portion of the work. So it thinks that it has to be constantly going, analyzing situations, predicting outcomes, worrying, stressing, wanting to know what is coming next. It is very beneficial to tell your mind it is safe for it to rest, and your mind will respond. For the mind is an organ for many, if not most humans, that has never been told it is safe to rest. It is in a state of almost panic all the time. Tell your mind to rest. Focus your mind on some nice music, on a metronome, on the practice of breathing, anything to prevent the thoughts from racing, anything to stop the spin, stop the cycle of thoughts is helpful to get in a channeled state. And it is different for every person, but I think
Yes.
you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, yes. And I'm so close. I mean, obviously I'm channeling, but I feel like I'm not stepping out of the way enough. But the other thing that happens too is I am channeling always these big energies that, you know, like Mother God, Sophia will come through with me. And she just wants to be loving. And she doesn't want to talk about what the world is and what the past is. And she doesn't want to guide anybody on anything. She just wants to emit love, 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 love. So it's just that beautiful mothering nature of Sophia when she comes through.
Yes.
So
I always say this when I am teaching people to channel or speaking about channeling. So many people think that channeling means you need to get in this state, say, I am Ra, and I have this information for you about another planet in another galaxy. This is a very small portion of channeling. I always tell people I could come through and you could sing Old MacDonald Had a Farm for 20 minutes and say nothing sensical. But the important thing is the energy that comes through. What affects people most is the energy. The words are secondary, even after secondary. So if you are bringing through Sophia and she is loving, that is what the people need. So many people want the gratification of words, but in most of the channeling that is done, most of the effective channeling that is done, it is the energy that the people are affected by, not the words. And in the energy, you know that you are already very powerful. And in the words, you know that you are already very powerful. It is simply a matter of getting the mind to be quiet for a moment. But the energy, you have that down. And in my opinion, not everyone will share my opinion, that is the primary, most important thing that a human channel can bring through.
yeah, I definitely know that they're pulling the energy, because even when I'm doing light language channeling, everybody's like, oh my gosh, that was so powerful. So
Yes.
And when I have channeled Sophia and she starts to sing, it's like she wants to sing a lullaby often just to calm her children. And people they won't ask me any questions. They won't say anything. They just listen to that energy. So I know that they're being encompassed by it. So so thank you for letting me know about the energy is first, because I knew that. It's like I knew that. I just was, again, in my mind. So I will definitely tell it it's safe to rest. So thank you. That's such great guidance. Safe for me to rest, safe for my mind to rest. And that's where I'll let you go. And
I give you
you.
permission to rest, my dear daughter. And please, before I go, I wanted to compliment you for how beautiful your channelings of Sophia, Mother God, are. Mother God needs more representation on this planet at this time. So many speak of Father God, but Mother God is so important. Why do you think it is so powerful when Sophia comes through and sings a lullaby? How many people feel disconnected, unloved, unnurtured, loved, connected with in the wrong ways with their own mothers? The mother is such a lacking presence in the fullness of her energy, in the fullness of her care, that her children are so craving, that their own physical mothers did not know how to give them that love. I love so much to see you bring her through, because you are bringing through such a great love, and such a great love that the people so greatly need right now. Please continue to work with her and spread her love to her children. It is so important at this time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I will take that to heart and will ask for her to come and work with me more. Thank you.
You are welcome. We will speak again. I know that you have more time with me
Yes, yes.
soon, or others, but I would love to speak to you again in the coming weeks.
Thank you. I will listen to you for you if there are, I feel like, again, maybe my mind is in the way of hearing you, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I think this is Ra talking to me.
If you think it is me, it is me. You know my energy and it cannot be mistaken. So if you feel my energy and hear a message, make no mistake that I am with you. And you know that I am with you often.
Yes, I do know that. especially when it's sunshine and I'm like, I just need to get in the sun.
Yes, that is me calling to you.
That's so funny. There is one other friend of mine that I feel she may be also a daughter of Ra. And she's always posting photos of the sun. And I'm wondering if this is true.
Oh, she is bright to me. Yes, I have worked with her in the past, in many past lives. However, to be a daughter of Ra in this incarnation on this planet, it does not mean that you have worked with me in lifetimes before, although that is a path to get there. My daughters on this planet have gone through many tests, many tribulations, many initiations. You are a person who is on the other side of those. Not everybody passes them in this incarnation, and that is all right. That is not a judgment. She is a daughter of mine, but not a full-fledged daughter of Ra in this incarnation currently yet. She is yet working through some tests and tribulations, but I think that you are familiar with what she is going through.
Yes, I am. I 100% am. So, okay. Thank you. Then at least my intuition was right because of her. I could feel that energy. I could feel that energy was there. But again, I guess not through all of her trials yet.
Yes. Make no mistake, please. I love her very much, and I want to see her rise.
Yes,
but
me
to
too.
hold the energy of the sun upon this planet at this time, the feminine sun, is not an easy task. To be chosen for this task requires much strength. So I ask my daughters and my sons to go through certain tests and initiations so that I know they are prepared to hold that energy. I wish for them all to get there. I love all of them with my whole heart, and I am watching all of them. It is simply that you are all at different stages in this journey. I did not want to make it seem that.
Oh no, I understand.
I not accept her.
Yes, I understand. I always liken these steps along with taking karate, because I've had it for so many years. We all start as white belts and we move along the different belt ranking, and you all eventually get to black belt, and maybe even, a second degree, third degree, fourth degree, fifth degree, sixth degree, whatever. You all eventually get there, but we're all at different stages. So, and it's okay to be, a yellow or a green belt, working with the brown belt or a black belt. So it's just a matter of time and place, right? Time and place.
Exactly. I very much like this metaphor. Very well said.
Thank you. Thank you again. I'm so blessed to have your energy around me, and I thank you for working with me in this life and all lives.
I love you dearly, my daughter. I will exit this channel and come to you now. We will speak tonight. I have energies to share with you at your resting time. I love you very much, and I will see you soon.
Thank you so much. I love you.
How was it?
Fantastic.
I felt him just zip right over to you. Usually he takes a while, but he just zoomed right out.
Yeah, his heat signature is always just fantastic. You know, it always just feels amazing. So yeah, I mean, so much great information, and I can't tell you the conversation that he had shared with me about Mount Shasta and what's happening with Mount Shasta, and that, you know, that I'm not giving enough credit for, you know, for my energy and what I'm bringing. I'm like, you know, it's okay on this side that the people don't recognize it, because once we're there, they're going to see it and feel it and experience it.
Exactly.
So yeah, so there will be no question about where the energy is coming from. There will be no question about it. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. And then, I mean, even to start out, the first thing is that I'm going to work with healing people. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to warn them.
Oh yeah,
Gonna
like
have
when
to
he
warn
was
them.
talking about it, I could feel him being like, Ra, he's really fiery. So he was like pissed about it. I could feel that he was annoyed that you weren't getting the recognition he thought you deserved, but he was also like, well, they might underestimate my daughter now, but they're gonna see. I'm gonna put the fire through her and I'm gonna blow them all away. That was like the energy that he
He
had.
was like, he was like, oh, we're not having that. No, I mean, I could feel that was like, I felt that energy where he was like kind of upset with them. Like, you guys don't get it. But
Right.
you're going to see. It's kind of like a wait and see. You're going to see.
Exactly. And when you have Ra, and people always see. You can't question that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that fiery aspect definitely comes out. And then having the dragon aspect on top of it. Sheesh.
Oh yeah, when you asked what kind of activations you were giving out, he was going to go into something about that you were giving out dragon activations, but then he realized he interrupted you, so he didn't get to that part. But he was about to say you are giving out a lot of dragon activations right now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Because I feel like everything is like dragon. Actually, this is one of my new, and of course it lights up. It has to light up.
Oh, that's so cool.
My little dragon. I don't know. You can't see that it lights up maybe
Oh,
inside
I
there.
love
But
that.
it's got like little lights, it changes like red, blue, green, purple. It's got the little LED in there.
Oh, that's so cool. I
Yeah,
love
so
it.
it changes colors, but then of course it's got this beautiful fake diadem in the front.
I love all the colors.
Yeah. So, but I guess it, this little yellow sun draws me in every time. So what are you gonna do? It feels good. It's that shared energy, and then that we were able to do that healing in the midst of it. That just, I don't know, that could have been my guide team, like the rest of my team saying, oh, hey, by the way, while y'all are together, let's take advantage of this.
Oh, it warmed Ra's heart so much. Like, he's not usually very sentimental, but when you brought that up, like, I felt like his heart, like, it felt so warm that we were joining together to do some healing. So he can be a big softie too.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, I can't wait to like experience him more and like get to know him more, so to say. But yeah, I definitely feel that love, and even when he's talking about his daughters and sons, that how much he loves them all and watches over them all, and that they're going through their own trials and tribulations, and to be a son or a daughter of the sun. But that also though too, like, didn't you feel like, oh wow, okay, I didn't okay, I've really like gone through some stuff to get here, like this is like it like made it like real, like this is real, like this is really happening, like we are like these.
I didn't know that before. I know that Ra,
people.
he put me through a lot of tests, but I didn't know that to get that title, Daughter of the Sun, you were required to go through tests. I just thought it was something that we had for many lifetimes. That was new information to me.
Yeah, that was cool. So
yeah.
All right, well, have fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how much I love you.
I love you too. Let's stay in touch and schedule something soon.
All right, sounds good. All right, bye-bye.
All right, much love. Bye.
All right, bye.